Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. So today I'm making a quick little video on why it's absolutely impossible for twin flames to actually come into union with each other unless they do their inner work and complete their healing journeys. And this is true for both the feminine and the masculine energies in the twin flame dynamic. So this video is actually dedicated to outlining 3 key reasons why this is going to be impossible in terms of the twin flame union unless you complete this journey. Now, the first reason why you must heal in your twin flame dynamic before union is simply because the sheer design of this dynamic will not allow you to bypass this phase. Now, just take a look at when you first met your twin, you entered into this bubble of phase with them, which felt great for a couple of weeks before the feminine energy started to chase that, masculine energy, and the masculine began to run. Now, the reason why this was happening was because of the mirror effect, which basically allows the twins to mirror back to each other their unhealed wounds, patterns, and anything that's been holding them back that they didn't want to take a look at. So what's happening with the twin flames at this point is that you are reflecting back to your twin what they must heal on this journey, things that they've been suppressing and haven't wanted to look at. So simply they begin to run from you because you show to them what they do not want to take a look at, what they do not want to face. And so, they might not be ready to deal with it at that time. And it's finally when the feminine energy, pulls back that the masculine energy then start to take a look at what needs healing on their journey. So that is the initial reason why you can avoid the healing. But the second part of that is that Kundalini, twin flames cannot avoid the Kundalini activation and the Kundalini rising through your chakra system, which is meant to heal you. By sheer design, all twin flames do go through the Kundalini awakening process, and that will lead to your healing journey. Therefore, before union can take place, you must undergo this intense process. Now, the second reason that you cannot actually avoid the healing prior to union is because you are required to basically balance out your masculine and feminine energies within you, which we all have. But usually they are out of balance. And especially for twin flames, in order for you to actually come into union, the feminine energy that magnetizes the masculine energy back in for union must undergo this process first. And so what happens is as you do your meditation, as you do the healing work and the inner work, you will be able to master yourself, go through that self-mastery process, and that is when you can actually magnetize your twin back in. So if you are trying to avoid the healing, if there are traumas and wounds you do not want to face, it is very important for you to understand that you will not be able to actually bypass this phase if you are really wanting to come into union. You must be able to balance your energies and complete this purification process, balance your energies, reach those higher states of consciousness in order to be able to reach union with your divine counterpart. Now, reason number 3 that you cannot avoid the healing prior to union is because beyond the romance that every twin flame kind of desires and dreams of, there is a bigger purpose to why twin flames are here. And that is that you have a soul's calling, a higher purpose and mission that you need to fulfill. Now, if you are someone that's early on in your twin flame journey, you might have a very hard time understanding what this means or, what that really will look like for you. But as you move along this journey, it becomes more clear and transparent in terms of what you're really here to do and what you need to move towards. So that's not something you need to worry about initially. However, it is important to understand that it's not until you start tapping into those higher states of consciousness, and simply, this can be done by doing your regular practice of meditation on your journey, and that will lead you to those higher states of consciousness that will allow Kundalini to rise higher to the third eye and moving to the crown, which is where she's trying to go. And that will unlock those, that deeper intuition and information that you're going to need to fulfill your purpose. So by, not doing the healing work, you will not be able to reach that state. And so therefore, if you're someone that's struggling with the healing process, you need to know that this is something that you really need to pay attention to and really work at in order to complete the purification process. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope this was helpful. God bless.